in Holyoke, Massachusetts, and we're in front of the building that's called the STEAM because the real name is Sustainability, Technology, Entrepreneurship, Art, Media, STEAM. But if you had come out here 120 years ago, it was also called the STEAM because they made steam radiators. This was the radiator building for Holyoke. They made radiators that you could put in your house and keep your house warmed up. And so it's not much different from the past. But also inside in here is a very important place. It's called Lighthouse Holyoke. It's an alternative high school for about 40 to 50 students. And they come from surrounding communities and they educate themselves. It's all goal-oriented from the student's point of view. What do I want to learn? And then set plans and then learn it. So it's not centered around one teacher, it's centered around the students learning and getting some help from the outside. Very good system. This is going to be their last year here. They're moving up to a Jewish synagogue on Maple Street. So this building also has Mass Hire inside of it, Premier Staffing Services, it has CDE Vision, computer coding business, and so it's kind of filled up, which is wonderful. Now Ray Street has really changed in the last 10 years. The next building up is where Holyoke Community College has its Culinary Arts Institute, partially played by MGM. And the Culinary Institute is on 2 floors inside there. Vastly changed over from its last business. It's called the Cubic Building for a reason, because cubic comes from the word covered wire, and they had 120 years ago the covered wire company inside there. Now on the 2 floors up top they have now apartments and lofts. Now we got the canal in front of us, which is a beautiful canal. We're in the midsection of the second level canal, and across the street they are making a parking lot which will be for the Far Alpaca Apartments, and those Far Alpaca Apartments are being put in. You see the empty window spaces. They're being rehabbed into, I believe, about 80 apartments. It's taking a lot of money, but there's going to be lots of apartments available in the parking lot. It's going to be across the street. All right, now notice the races, which is the tunnels underneath coming out from the first level canal to the second level canal. That's where the turbines used to be. There's still one active turbine. You can tell that by the flow of the water. And if you look up halfway into that next slot, next to the computer center, there's a turbine inside of there that is still being used. And you can see the water coming out. So Holyoke has like 6 locations on the canal, which still makes energy, and this is the smallest one of all by far. But a great use for a small little building in that cream colored or the very light red brick colored building. There is a turbine inside there. Now beyond that is the old Far Alpaca, but in the foreground is where the Far Alpaca mill number 1 used to be. And they took that down about 12 years ago, put on the Massachusetts High Performance Green Computer Center, and MIT, Boston University, UMass, and Harvard all share space in there with very powerful computers. The computers are on the second floor, and they're keeping it cool. You can see the power packs on the side of the building. They're not to heat it up, they're to cool it down, because really powerful computers get too hot and you have to cool them down. All right, so in the distance I'm going to show you 1 more or 2 more buildings. There's a couple of buildings there. One of them is an environmental chemical testing building that was put up much later, but in the distance is a former Cabot Street mill owned by the Holyoke Water Power Company. Then what they did is sold space to private companies that were tiny and wanted to build up larger and larger. And now it's a very successful place. So my charity this year happens to be the Lighthouse Holyoke. And if you want to donate even $5 to them, that would be great. They contacted me and they said that lots of people are sending money in, which is great. The students have to pay tuition themselves. It's an alternative school, and they use that money to help students go to school. Thank you.